So you're freaking out because your chameleon's not eating, or they're only eating crickets, or they're only eating superworms. Take a deep breath. I've got you. Let me give you some tips and tricks. The first question we need to ask is this chameleon new? Did you just bring the chameleon home? Then it's totally normal and very, very common for them to not eat for the first couple of days, even up to a week or two. So just take a deep breath. This is totally normal. They're getting used to their new home. You're this big, scary creature. This is a brand new environment. So odds are they're not going to eat. So just continue to offer them food. I would offer them like a cup. Cup feeding is definitely recommended. That way you can give them privacy. Don't watch them, don't hover. Chameleons are very, very shy eaters. So it's unlikely that they're gonna eat right in front of you or eat from your hand or eat from the tongs when you're just bringing them home. So if you have a new chameleon, just be patient, give them space, and they'll eat eventually. Now the other scenario of a chameleon not eating is that they go on a hunger strike, or they're only eating one type of bug. Now this is gonna be a different scenario. So my advice for you, if your chameleon's only eating one type of bug, is to stop offering that bug. This happened to Neptune. He got hooked on superworms. This is actually pretty common for chameleons. They get quote unquote addicted, that's what people like to say, to superworms. If this happens, then you just need to stop offering superworms. Think of it as like superworms are candy and roaches are broccoli, right? So if you're a kid, or even me, like if someone keeps offering me candy and broccoli, they give me the choice. I'm just gonna eat the candy, aka the superworm, and I'm not even gonna touch the broccoli, aka the dubia roach. But if all someone offers me is broccoli, then eventually I'll eat it because I don't have the choice of the candy bug or the superworm or the cricket or whatever it is in your chameleon's instance. So you kind of just have to be the bad parent and not offer them that other type of bug. Now this may mean that your chameleon goes a few days without eating, but again, don't worry, this is totally normal. Neptune went, I want to say 2.5 weeks, almost 3 weeks without eating. Granted, he was an adult, so a little bit different than if he was a baby, but chameleons won't starve themselves, and eventually he ate the dubia roaches after I stopped offering him the superworms. But it's very easy to freak out and panic, like, oh my gosh, they're only eating superworms, so I got it, that's all of the food I can offer them. In the wild, the chameleon's not eating every day, and a chameleon's not going to starve themselves. So just stop offering them that and offer them the other bug. So some other tips that I'll offer is to make sure that the bugs are moving. This is especially true with roaches. So say you have an adult chameleon, and adult chameleons usually only eat about 3 to 5 bugs per meal. So you're like, oh, I'm just gonna put 3 dubia roaches in there. Okay, but the 3 roaches are just gonna run to the corners and not move. So what I'll do is I'll put significantly more roaches in there. So then they're moving around and bumping into each other, which is going to catch the attention of the chameleon because they're attracted to movement. This is also the benefit of cup feeding, because then you can kind of track how much food they're eating. But that would be my advice to you. Additionally, make sure you give them privacy. I mentioned that earlier, chameleons are shy eaters, so make sure you're giving them space to eat their food. And sometimes chameleons are just bored of the bug and they get stubborn and they are not going to eat anything else because they turn their nose up to the crickets or the roaches or whatever it is, and you just need to offer them different types of bugs, different variety. You know, humans are the same way. Like, don't get me wrong, I like chicken and rice, but if I had chicken and rice every day, I'd probably stop wanting to eat it. So make sure you're introducing variety and you're changing out your feeders and giving your chameleon different options. I have a whole video on different types of bugs that you can feed to your chameleon, so I'll link that up above here and in the description box below, and hopefully that'll give you some ideas on different bugs you can try. So those are the most common reasons for a chameleon not eating. They're new, they're picky, they're on a hunger strike, you're only feeding them candy bugs, whatever the case may be. It could also be that maybe the chameleon is sick or doing unwell, but I want to say just because they're not eating doesn't mean that they're sick. It just means that a sick chameleon probably isn't going to be eating much and will have a decrease in appetite. Also, if you have a female chameleon and they're getting ready to lay eggs, that could cause them to stop eating. A chameleon that's getting close to shedding, that could cause them to have a decrease in appetite. So there's a lot of factors. You just really need to understand your chameleon's body language and habits and kind of what they're trying to tell you. That being said, if If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Leave me any questions or comments down below. Feel free to subscribe so you know when I post a new video, and you can follow Neptune and all my chameleons on Instagram at Neptune the Chameleon. Thank you so much for watching, and have a good day. Bye! Apollo. What are you doing, dude? Ooh, that tickles.